All right, so we're rolling. Um, Thanks for taking the time today to watch my stream. This is my first time kind of presenting audio material in this format, so I look forward to improving upon it. Let's start with some content rolling in the back while I do my brief intro. In this stream, I want to talk a little bit about digital off-ramps to the physical world. It feels as though there's a deep spiritual sickness in our society. A part of that sickness is from the disassociation from our bodies. One goal I have with my YouTube channel is to show people that digital off ramps exist and that I am a marker to one of those off ramps. The digital world has already seeped into our reality. For most of society, it will only grow. The question is, how much will you blend into the metaverse? How much before you lose yourself completely? One suggestion I propose is to focus on your body. The body is an anchor in a sense. It keeps a record of our time here. There's something disorienting when I am in the digital world. Kinesthetically, my body is evacuated from. Let me pause this for a second. So pause, jump over to this one, share this tab instead, hit the play, boom, and go stream here so I can see. Okay, cool, so it's rolling. Kinesthetically, my body is evacuated from. My head cranes downward, my hips tighten, my breath shortens, my arms begin to cramp, my eyes feel strained, just to name a few. With this channel, I intend on bringing some content that helps us bring us back into our bodies. One suggestion I give to my students is to set a timer to remind them to leave your device and move around in 3D space. It could be one time a day, once every hour, or however often you feel your body's communicating to you. I'm sure everyone has heard of this. My goal isn't to make you do anything. My goal is to just be a drop into your consciousness. That sounds really heady, but that's the only way I could think of it. A drop that reminds you our bodies are magnificent and we could always use more intentional movement. The next clip I'm going to play is an example of how we used to be as a population. The high school is La Sierra High School, and this is around the 60s. And the teacher that oversaw this program at the school was Stan Leprodi. So let's go to this one, share this tab instead, hit the play, boom.
They had a classical sense going all the way back to the Greek era of what it took to move the body well, without injury, with mastery of movement and control.
Those of us who remember John Kennedy, he affected our lives dramatically. He had a vigor, he had a youth, he had an energy. He took La Sierra High School and made that the poster child of his program to make.
Just to note, that pegboard that those guys are doing is actually a pretty good challenge. So you would be hard pressed to find, even like at a CrossFit gym, enough. I mean, at some CrossFit gyms, they're competitive enough, but at some gyms, it's like maybe one person out of the class might be able to do this. So that's just a note.
To make America a healthy place, because he understood that if America was healthy, physically healthy, it would be mentally, spiritually, emotionally, patriotically healthy.
I welcome this opportunity to speak to the people of America about a subject which I believe to be most important, and that is the subject of physical fitness. And I speak not only as President of the United States, but also as a parent of 2 children who I hope will grow up with those qualities of vigor and energy which we identify with the best of America. This should be a matter of concern to us all. A country is as strong really as its citizens. And I think that mental and physical health, mental and physical vigor go hand in hand.
Ready up. Last 6 foot. 5 sets. Start on ready.
I hope that we will not find a day in the United States when all of us are spectators, except for a few who are out on the field.
That's a really strong. That strikes a really strong chord with me, because if we look at our society today and we see how we idolize athletes and we kind of just surround around them And no longer do we participate in the activities. More and more, we're becoming passive consumers, observers, and not engaging in the reality anymore. And a part of my suspicion on the conspiratorial side is that all of this is to make us as a population more docile so that we are more willing to accept all of this digital stuff, all of the metaverse. We start to say, I have no desire to be in my body because the metaverse, the digital world, offers me so much more on that note.
I hope all Americans will be on the field. This is a subject which should be of interest to us all.
It is possible for young men to achieve difficult physical feats if they're motivated in the right direction.
And I hope when we have seen the astonishing results which we have seen, where we've been able in the short space of 2 and 3 months to change the physical habits and strength of our children, that this will spread to every school district in the United States.
If you notice, each of the boys are all the boys have shorts on, and what I was reading in the article that I'm going to link is that they would have shorts based color that they would wear was based upon their proficiency. So like novice would wear a yellow, and then the most advanced would wear navy, and they had certain standards that you would have to hit, like certain full number of pull-ups, push-ups, handstand push-ups, 800-meter dash, all these metrics. And I think they would have the classes all together as all different levels, which is pretty cool.
All of us will participate, and in so doing, we'll be better citizens and happier ones.
I couldn't imagine like that. I guess that's what a part of this project is, like seeing all these.
All of us will participate, and in so doing,
all these guys, guys, girls, being able to do pull-ups together, like to have that collective experience is like so important. I think just knowing that you can pull yourself up changes your brain, and you also kind of just forget about it. If you don't do it, you don't even think about it, and it kind of drops out. And so then that's a portion of expression that you no longer think about. And so your brain maybe doesn't go in certain places because you don't even think of it.
Will be better citizens and happier ones. This is a challenge for us all. Children, boys and girls, college students, mothers and fathers, and all of us, I think, should welcome it.
Just to know, this guy that's doing this, it has to be in their more advanced level, because the speed that he's doing that, and just if you look at his overall definition, musculature for a high school kid, he's definitely on the top tier. So just keep that in mind with some of this footage, that like they might be showing the top tier of their program and like what they were able to produce. But regardless, I think, even on the low tier, it said like they should be able to do 9 pull-ups. And then when they compared that with schools from other districts that didn't have this program, because I think this program was run in about 4,000 schools, ones that didn't have this program, they were only able to do 2 pull-ups or something like that for the same age.
I hope all of you will join in a great national effort to build a strong and better America through physical effort and through the contributions we can make by the drive and force we bring to our daily lives. Thank you.
We were given a gift 50 years ago. We were given a gift that made our lives better. And we owe it to a cause greater than ourselves.
Very much.
To be able to share that gift, to open that conversation again.
It's time to give back. And then we can do that a couple of ways. First,
there's some time, effort, money, whatever it happens to be to help. We owe it to the next generation and to our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren. We owe that.
I think it's felt that the reason that the La Sierra program faded away was that parents lost interest or had some negative feelings about it. And that's a sad commentary on our society.
This is something.
And I'm not sure if I said that, because this is my second time doing this. So I'm not sure if I said it already, but I'll say it again. What's crazy is that this program was thought of back in the 60s, and it was implemented during that time with the hope of helping people become more physically fit. So what that means is, even what they were showing there, they were already concerned with the deterioration of the U.S. population's physical capacity. So it's crazy that they saw this back in the 60s and they try to do a little bit about it, but it still has been like a tsunami that has consumed us as a people. The lack of physical education.
Something that I benefited from, that my fellow classmates benefited from, that 4,000 other schools in the nation benefited from.
Well, I came from a broken home. My father was an alcoholic, so home was not good. And when I got to
Even that, this idea that like, for me, I didn't come from a broken home, but I came from a lot of turbulence and a lot of upheaval. And I think more and more we're feeling as a people this kind of either mental upheaval. Physically, we're already like we're getting smoked. Mentally, we're about to go into like this crazy. We're already there. This mental health crisis. We're already in it. And I think people need a pillar to bolster what they're doing in their life.
got to La Sierra, it was good.
And we could overcome both physical and mental fatigue. Now, if you don't think that's important, think about the jobs that everybody has. We're going to be put under stress. We're going to be put under both physical and mental stress. But
And now the thing is, this philosopher that I've been reading, that he's the digital swarm, Byung-Chul Han. He was talking a little bit about pain and how we're no longer having that physical pain anymore. It's kind of being taken away from us because that kind of causes us to kind of get off our bums and do stuff, so in a way the physical pain is being taken away from us, and now it's all this psychological pain, so no longer do we have like our lives are pretty physically comfortable, as far as like what do I need to do to get food every day, all of that other stuff, with all this technology. But the mental, it is just like never ending.
with this program, I learned that I could endure that. I could go past that even.
I think the La Sierra program would provide that and stimulate these kids physically, which will then improve upon their mental function as well.
Our schools need this so badly right now, and we have the knowledge. We are the legacy.
We all believe that we didn't complete what Kennedy's challenge was to America.
So this was really bizarre. I remember seeing not this clip, but the clip of the high school a couple years ago in like an Instagram, 30-second clip. And I was just super impressed by it. And I kind of let it go. And then because I'm doing this project now, I was looking into it. I was like, oh, let me find this clip. And I put in 1960s gym class and it came up and I was like, oh, cool. So I started doing a little bit of research. And it turns out the guy, JFK, our former president, is the one who started this challenge. And I'm JFK Beta, my namesake. So it's a weird synchronicity when I think about it. Although the more I think about stuff, I'm not sure if that's true.
America. And it's time right now with this generation and the next generation to complete that challenge. We want to start today by making a difference in the lives of those around us. So my challenge to you is to come on board, be a
Okay, so I think that's an event, and they're just trying to promote this movie. I didn't really follow up past that. I just want to. They were really encapsulating what I was trying to say, so that's pretty cool. So I want to finish up with. I need to not suck my teeth. I want to finish up with quoting our former president, John F. Kennedy. Physical fitness is not only one of the most important keys to a healthy body. It is the basis of dynamic and creative intellectual activity. We know what the Greeks knew, that intelligence and skill can only function at the peak of their capacity when the body is healthy and strong, that hardy spirits and tough minds usually inhabit sound bodies. In this sense, physical fitness is the basis of all the activities of our society. And if our bodies grow soft and inactive, if we fail to encourage physical development and prowess, we will undermine our capacity for thought, for work, and for the use of those skills vital to an expanding and complex America. Thus, the physical fitness of our citizens is a vital prerequisite to America's realization of its full potential as a nation, and to the opportunity of each individual citizen to make full and fruitful use of his capacities. End quote. And oh, whoops. I just didn't have that clip on. So actually, I was supposed to be sharing this, but forgive me. So to finish up, yeah, and I'll keep that linked in the description of this. So to close out, I intend on making this channel have a variety of content, but I have to stay bound to it. This is the reason why I'm doing this. Primarily, I want a record of my work that I can share with my family, with my children, and I also want to give back what so many of my coaches and teachers have given to me. I've had so many people that have extended their hand and helped me learn about my body that it would be a shame if I didn't try at least to engage people in this digital world. I already teach physically, but I think there's so many people that are now going deeper into the digital that one of the reasons why I'm doing this project is so that I can kind of reach those people, be in the communities and interact with them, and also say there's this opportunity that you can kind of jump out of your body, whether that's like just doing a simple challenge that I present. And so in the next video or so, I started this challenge. I put it on my Instagram, JFK Beta, and within a couple of days, like 2 or 3 days, I asked no one. I just kind of laid it out very very simple. And then other people that follow me were like, "Oh, we just started doing this," which was a pleasant surprise. So a part of this channel is to share more of the physical things that I'm doing and create modifications or scale the options for bodies that are with other capacities. So I think that's the end of this. So again, I appreciate you taking the time to listen. I'm rambling a little bit, but thank you for taking the time to listen. And until next time, peace.